original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers, the podcast where we do a deep dive into some of our favorite unsolved mysteries. Each week, we will introduce our topic, lay out our research and findings, reveal some conspiracy theories, and conclude with our own hypothesis. Who knows, we might even solve the case. I'm Allie Siegel.
And I'm Melissa Stettin.
And I'm Maria, the producer.
Yeah, now Maria introduces herself because all of our reviews now...
All the comments are how Maria's their favorite. Maria.
Yeah,
we love Maria. We want more
Maria's
of Maria.
podcast.
I don't know what to say. I'm effortlessly likable.
I guess so.
you have that X factor. It's really true.
Yeah, the X is over my eyes.
Oh boy. So keep commenting about how much you love Maria. You know, it's fine as long as it's a good review.
Yeah, leave a 5-star review and then just say Maria.
How much you love Maria.
Yeah, that will be great for the new year. Web Crawlers has a Patreon, and we are going to start doing these live streams on Twitch and then special ones also on Patreon.
Yeah, we're going to put up this episode
and
on Patreon.
Yeah, and future Patreon episodes, it will just be me in a ball gag, topless. To get access to rewards, bonus episodes, videos, shout outs, and merchandise discounts, please go to patreon.com/webcrawlers. You can donate as little as $2 a month to become one of our bimbo patrons. To get our merch, you can go to webcrawlerspod.com or
hothorse.horse.
if you're nasty. We also have a Cameo.
Oh, we need to do some today.
Yeah, but I feel bad. One expired yesterday.
Oh, fuck. Well,
or DM us and we'll do it for free because I feel bad. Yeah, but we do have one to record today. Go to Cameo, Web Crawlers Pod, and we'll do whatever you want. Maria, you were the one who told us to be like this.
Keep talking like this.
We've also started doing Friday mini episodes.
Yeah.
We read your emails, talk about weird things that happened to us, bizarre stories, weird thing of the week.
We put out our first one last Friday. People seem to like it.
Everyone was obsessed.
Everyone was obsessed with it.
Yeah. Who are our Patreon shout-outs?
We have Rye. I like that name. R-Y-E. Like the bread. Diane R. Ricardo M. and Christopher B. Thanks for being a part of the team.
Yeah, thank you. Part of the team. This week's topic was suggested by our $30 patron, Christine. And remember, if you pledge $30, you can choose one of our topics. It's the Bridgewater Triangle, a.k.a. America's Bermuda Triangle.
I had never heard of this.
Me either, and I'm so excited because now it's my favorite thing.
Yep.
How did it become the famous site for hauntings, paranormal activity, satanic rituals, murders, and Bigfoot sightings? Let's get into it.
Whatever it is, we keep talking about this region for some reason.
A lot of criminal cult activity happening in the Freetown State Forest.
I saw something that I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
In the distance was an extremely large, man-like creature.
So what is the Bridgewater Triangle? It's an area of about 200 square miles within southeastern Massachusetts, 30 miles south of Boston. The points that make up the triangle are Rehoboth, Abington, Freetown, with Bridgewater in the center. It's claimed to be the site of paranormal phenomenon, ranging from UFOs to poltergeists.
Oh no.
Orbs.
Love an orb.
Ball of fire.
Great.
And other spectral phenomenon. Various Bigfoot-like sightings.
Great.
Giant snakes.
Nope.
Thunderbirds.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's a Native American cryptid. I don't even know if it would really count as a cryptid, but it's like
a giant bird.
Yeah, I think it's like a shapeshifter, I think.
Oh.
I think it's a human that can turn into a bird.
I love a shapeshifter.
Yeah, me too. And a ghostly hitchhiker wearing disheveled clothing.
That is great. I hate that.
I actually, if you watch a documentary on Bridgewater Triangle,
It's on Amazon,
It's
yeah.
on Amazon. The hitchhiker's hot.
Yeah. He's like
He's like a lumberjack. Yeah, he's like a hipster lumberjack.
Yeah, he's a lumberjack.
I'm not mad at the ghost hitchhiker. I get ghosted by people like that all the time anyway.
Wow.
Right, guys?
Wow.
That's great, Allie.
Thanks. People also claim to get a feeling that they're being watched when they're in or near the triangle.
Okay, so we'll talk about the main area of the triangle. It's based around the Hockomock Swamp,
Whoa.
which means the place where spirits dwell.
Uh-oh.
It is a giant swamp. It's 17,000 acres, which is 26 square miles. And it's considered the largest freshwater swamp in the state.
Okay.
So a little bit of history on this swamp. So a lot of Massachusettsans.
That can't be the
No,
word.
it's not. I didn't know
What do you call
right.
people from
Do
Massachusetts?
they call themselves massholes?
I mean, I think that's what
I think
you can
New
call-
Yorkers call them that.
Yeah.
Well,
My family's from Boston, so we can call them massholes.
They believe that the negative energy in the Bridgewater Triangle is from the Native Americans being treated badly by the English colonists when they settled back in the 1600s.
Same as like the Mothman curse.
Yeah, yes, there's some similarities to the Mothman in this thing. So the Wampanoag tribe, which was the predominant tribe of the natives that lived in the Hockomock Swamp area, they used the swamp as a fortress to protect themselves from the invasion. It's a huge war. Long story short, the English settlers were being assholes. They were breaking promises. They were taking more and more of their land. And the chief of the Wampanoag tribe died while in captivity in the English colony of Plymouth.
Oh, God.
And they said that he died of disease, but the rumor is that he was actually poisoned.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't disease.
No. So the chief's brother met a comet, was tired of all their English bullshit, and he wanted to drive the settlers out. So in 1675, a war broke out, which is called King Philip's War or Metacomet's War or the First Indian War. And it was devastating. It was gruesome. It was the bloodiest conflict in American history per capita. And 3,000 Native Americans died. So what does this have to do with Bridgewater? Well, it's a very important object was lost during that war. It was a belt known as the Wampum Belt. So the legend is that the Native Americans cursed the Hockomock Swamp, and all the hauntings and the paranormal unrest is due to the fact that this belt was lost from the native people.
Holy shit.
So that's one of the beliefs that all the locals have is it's from the belt being lost. And the swamp is also a burial ground.
Ooh.
There's 1,000 graves that are at least 8,000 years old.
Oh, my God.
And they're still finding bones.
That's not good.
It's crazy.
There are several different creatures who are spotted in the swamp. There are wolves. There are vicious giant dogs. You moved your mic closer to you. I thought you were going to say something.
No. I was just trying to hide my face.
Oh, cool. There are wolves, vicious giant dogs with red eyes, a flying giant creature that resembled a pterodactyl.
Mothman much?
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
That
Jersey Devil.
Oh, because New Jersey's closer to...
Yeah. Native American ghosts paddling canoes, and our favorite cryptid, Bigfoot. So there are several cryptid sightings. In 1978, 2 men shot what they thought was a bear in the swamp, but when it got shot, they heard a cry that seemed half animal, half human.
What does that sound like? Roar, hey!
What?
Half animal, half human scream.
I think it's probably like something guttural and then like a
Roar,
wince.
hey.
Roar, hey!
Why'd you do that? Oh. The animal disappeared into the woods, but they later found blood and long brown hair on the leaves. That's also similar to Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes.
Another person said that he was picnicking with his family near a pond when he heard a loud splash, like a large object falling into the water. When they went to the water's edge, the family saw several dead fish floating on top of the water.
What?
That's crazy. A woman looked into her garden one night and saw a very tall bipedal creature.
Is it bipedal?
Girl.
Yeah, it's biped.
Biped. Bipedal.
Is it riding a bike? What does that mean?
No, that means you've got two legs.
Two legs. Biped.
Like a quadruped.
So we're bipeds?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah. Or
I'll look it up.
bipedal sounds sounds gross.
Bipedal is
Bipedal.
using only 2 legs for walking. Yeah.
Is there a way to, does it say, will it pronounce it for us?
Bipedal.
Oh my God! My life has changed. I've been saying bipedal my whole life.
Well, folks.
Dip.
Stop it, Maria. Bipedal.
Fuck.
A woman looked into her garden one night and saw a very tall bipedal creature covered with dark hair eating a pumpkin. It looked at her, then ran into the woods, taking the pumpkin with it.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Of it.
Then Joseph DeAndrade saw a creature in the winter of 1978. He said it was a big, tall, and strange-looking creature walking very slowly down a small hill about 200 feet away. He described it as at least 6 feet tall, weighing around 400 pounds, and covered with long, dark, brown hair. That sounds like a Yeti.
Sasquatch.
Yeah. In subsequent expeditions into the area, he's heard some strange noises, but never saw that monster again. He later wrote 2 books about his experiences and started a group called the Paranormal Investigation Organization.
Wow.
John Baker, a trapper from West Bridgewater, one night in the early 1980s was in a canoe when he became aware of something watching him nearby. He told the Boston Herald, "Something was following me and I knew it was big. So I took the boat down a small creek to a dry hill and it kept moving. He could hear the ice in the swamp cracking as the creature came within a few yards of him."
No.
The Herald described the monster as a shadowy, hair-covered giant. He said, "I knew it wasn't a human because when it passed by me, I could smell it.
Ew.
It smelled like a skunk, musty and dirty, like it lived in the dirt."
No.
Bad news. Also, there were bones of an 8-foot skeleton with double rows of teeth found.
What has double rows of teeth?
Sharks.
Oh.
Sasquatch.
Oh.
Sasquatch has double rows of teeth?
I don't know. I mean, like, what else
could?
would, though?
Sharks.
Does
A person
Sasquatch
with dentures.
does Sasquatch have 2 rows of teeth? Oh, I think he does.
Really?
Well, it says attention.
Giants do.
Well, are you at attention giant enthusiasts?
No, I'm at.
Attention, giant enthusiasts.
Because that's where I'm at.
I'm at Andy White Anthropology.
Girl, that's where I'm at too. And then the article is called Attention Giant Enthusiasts.
No, this is called The Modern Mythology of Giants, Double Rows of Teeth.
Oh, okay. Well, this also says Bigfoot researchers also have a fetish for double rows of teeth.
And then listen to this.
Dip.
I don't...
Stop. Does Erios have an HR department? It's you in a different outfit, in a top hat and
glasses and like a fake nose.
Yeah. Oh man.
So there are some giant bird sightings as well in this area. So dozens of witnesses have reported seeing a huge black prehistoric-looking bird with a wingspan of between 8 and 12 feet.
Holy shit.
They all described it as a man with wings.
Mothman!
Yes! So in 1980, a police sergeant named Thomas Downey was driving down a country road late one night, and he allegedly saw a 6-foot-tall winged creature with a 12-foot wingspan.
Oh my God.
He said it slowly spread its wings and flew away, just like the fucking Mothman.
Jeez.
So newspapers wanted to interview him about it, but he refused because he didn't think anyone would believe him. So some people think that what he saw was the mythical Thunderbird.
Right.
From Native American mythology. Oh, and so the Thunderbird, it's a giant bird. It's considered supernatural. It has power and strength, and it creates thunder by flapping its wings.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I feel like there's more to it than that.
Just because we're doing this on Twitch, and we can leave this in or not, but Gel Tenny says large primates are omnivores, but mostly vegetarian. So Bigfoot is probably a vegetarian.
Oh, that's interesting.
Shut up, John.
Who is John?
John Tenney, he's like the UFO cryptologist
Hey,
expert,
John.
and like he's
Yeah.
the one who knows everything about
He's from Michigan,
yeah.
too.
everything.
Like me.
Fuck, so if Bigfoot's a vegetarian, then he won't need those 2 rows of teeth.
Yeah.
Celery's hard to chew.
Yeah, that's true. Broccoli.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a giant.
Is there celery in the forest, though?
No, I was just trying to push my point home.
Not in any forest you've been in.
No. Okay, so maybe it's a giant and not Bigfoot
Yeah, just a giant bipedal.
creature. Like fee fi fo fum giant.
Oh,
That's what I
that
mean.
guy. Oh,
Yeah. Okay, how Bridgewater got its name. Lauren Coleman, who is the founder and director of the International Cryptozoology Museum in Portland, Maine, said that in the 1970s, while he was still in school, he started looking into reports of creatures spotted in the area. He mapped out the locations of where the unexplained sightings of UFOs, bird-like creatures, and other strange phenomena had taken place, and realized that they were all within a certain area, and he coined it the Bridgewater Triangle.
Oh, okay. So that's where it came from.
Yes. Another area in the triangle is the Freetown Fall River State Forest.
This place is crazy.
Yeah, so it's a rock ledge, reportedly been the site of cult activity, including animal sacrifice, ritualistic murders committed by Satanists, as well as murders and 18 confirmed suicides. There's lots of abandoned cars. People steal cars and then drive them off the ledge.
Yeah, there's this big ledge that goes into the river, and apparently they just find abandoned cars there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
And
What?
I feel like I had a dream last night about that.
Did you watch the Bridgewater documentary?
A few days ago. Why did they talk about that in it?
Actually, no, I don't think they do. I just read about this.
This is so weird.
Are you having deja vu?
Maybe I'm having deja vu. Okay. In 2007, a man accidentally fell off the ledge and died. People feel a sense of dread when they go to the ledge and feel compelled to jump. In 2004, a man was with friends and just suddenly jumped.
Yeah, he was with a couple of his friends, and they said that he just ran off the cliff and jumped. And they're like, he never showed any signs of like being suicidal or being depressed or whatever. He just like ran and jumped.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
There's a ghostly woman dressed in white who jumps over the ledge, and before she hits the water, she disappears.
She disintegrates.
She disintegrates.
Yeah.
And people say that the woods scream. There is in the TV show Hellier on Amazon Prime, they talk about like in times of like high strangeness, you hear weird sounds like that, like babies crying from like the woods. There's like certain sounds that are associated with like times of like high strangeness and like paranormal activity.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so the Satanic Panic has a lot to do with the Bridgewater Triangle.
Yeah.
So in the 70s and the 80s, the detectives at the time were looking into satanic cults and ritual sacrifices in the Freetown State Forests. And they said, well, a hunter came to them and said that he found an underground bunker covered with a blue tarp that had toys in it. There were dolls nailed to trees. And there was this child's chair. It's like a tiny chair carved out of wood that had restraints
That's
on
not
it.
good.
No. And so no one could really find this underground bunker. And so when the people making the documentary went there to like look for it, they found the remains of the bunker.
They found it.
Yeah, and they found 2 cots that were made.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of pictures online. It's real creepy. And then also they found a hut that was just like abandoned. They found dead cats without blood in them. But that stopped in the 1980s. That was the last time they saw any animal sacrifices. They also saw pentagrams, and there were calves with their blood removed, and a bog worker.
I read later that these were for blood
Yes.
baptisms, like dark
Yes.
baptisms and blood
Yes.
sacrifices.
And there was a bog worker who said that trespassers kept coming to his shack, and they were all dressed in black robes. The satanic cult leaders that they thought at the time were Robin Murphy, Carl Drew, and Karen Marsden. They were like the 3 people.
Yeah,
who
they ended up being prosecuted.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one has like life in jail.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then near the Hockomock Swamp in the Freetown State Forest, it's a city called Fall River. And that's where the Lizzie Borden trial, it was.
There's a lot of shit that goes down in this area.
Yeah. In 1978, a 15-year-old named Mary Lou Aruda was found tied to a tree, and she was headless, but she was apparently alive when she was tied to the tree, and so she just died. Okay. And then also
What did
someone
you think,
saw
Allie?
she was alive but headless, like she was.
I thought, for a second, I thought that she was alive when they found her, but without a head.
Like she had it.
You could tell by my facial expression.
Also, someone has spotted an emu. They called the mystery emu that was wandering around.
Yeah, that's so. There's like just like a random emu
There's
that
so
just
much
runs around the
random
area.
shit.
It's almost like there's like some weird alternate universe, like
Yeah.
parallel universe time dimension thing where just like there's some portal somewhere where people just run in and out.
Yeah, and like weird old creatures show up from like different...
Yeah, they're just like, whoops, wrong dimension. Random side fact, my first boyfriend, his name was Danny Houghton, and we dated from when I was like 16 to 19, and he was bit by an emu.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Was it bad?
No, it was fine. He didn't have a head. Satanic cults. This is pulled from a website which chronicles actually the sex, Satanism, and sacrificial slaughter, the Fall River cult murders of 1979 to 1980.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's cvltnation.com. It basically was a satanic cult prostitute ring.
Yeah.
So 2 young women, both local prostitutes, had been bound, raped, tortured, and bludgeoned to death. A third victim's body would never be found beyond a skull fragment and clumps of hair left behind in a nearby forest. The investigation into the brutal killings resulted in a tabloid media frenzy with headlines that seemed to confirm the most outlandish satanic panic, fear-mongering. In the end, the Fall River cult murders became the most sensational criminal case to come out of the city since Lizzie Borden stood trial for butchering her parents nearly a century earlier.
Do you know that she was found not guilty?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting. The body of the first victim was found on October 13th, 1979. Doreen Levesque, a 17-year-old runaway from New Bedford, was discovered behind the Diamond Vocational High School. Her wrists had been bound with fishing line, and there were signs of sexual torture. She had also been stabbed in the head several times.
Oh, no.
And suffered multiple skull fractures. Police discovered that the young girl had been prostituting herself and initially suspected one of her clients of committing the murder. However, the county medical examiner determined that the killing was likely committed by multiple people, and the forensic evidence also suggested a ritual element to the crime, a possible death by stoning.
Oh, God.
As it turned out, Fall River's criminal underworld was ruled by Satan at this time. Yes, that's Satan.
Oh, no.
If the witness accounts of various drug addicts and low-level criminals are to be believed, the local vice trade was controlled by a cult of devil worshippers who took their directives from Prince of Darkness himself, who in turn was paid off in sacrificial blood and human souls. Now, it gets even weirder because a lot of this is like frou-frou.
Right.
And it derivates from like what we learned about Satanism, which is that there's not an actual devil and it's like not violent, so on and so forth. But these are people, I think, who really like bought into the
panic.
kind of thing. Yeah. The detectives actually attended some of those satanic rituals.
Oh, shit, they did?
Yeah. So, in fact, 2 detectives from Fall River's Major Crimes Division even managed to witness one of the group's black masses held in Sonny Sparta's apartment firsthand as part of their investigation.
Oh, they infiltrated.
They got
cult.
in. We pray to Satan, we chant, we try to conjure him, she explained. In attendance that night were Carl Drew, Robin Murphy, Sparta, and a few other Bedford Street regulars. Assembled under a large mural of the devil painted on the living room wall, congregants formed a circle and started to chant, "Hail Satan, hail Satan." Leading the ceremony was a woman later identified as a prostitute from Providence, Rhode Island. Although the particular meeting ended in anticlimax, Sparta described the more lively black mass gatherings that took place in the Freetown State Forest, where they're finding all these bodies.
Yeah.
She denied any knowledge of human sacrifice, but admitted that goats or stray cats were occasionally used in ceremonies. The warm blood would be used in black baptisms and poured over the head of the gathered congregants.
Oh, yeah. Those are all those cats they found by the underground bunker. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Goats and stray cats?
Yeah.
So there's a cemetery called the Freetown Cemetery, and some kids broke into a mausoleum, and they got into the crypt, and they removed the body of a woman. They cut her head off. And apparently it smelled so bad that they hid it in the woods. And they said when they got arrested, because they were a bunch of teenagers, this was back in the 80s, they said they needed the head to get into a satanic cult because they gained power by drinking from the skull.
That was in one of our other things. What was it? Like the Mississippi 3 or something? Or?
Oh, West Memphis 3.
No, it wasn't Damien Eccles. It was those 3 women who disappeared, and one of them was dating that bad boy, and he was a grave robber.
Oh, the 3 women, the Springfield 3.
Springfield 3, yeah. And she was dating that grave robber, and he went into the grave. He was like into Satan. He went in and he was
got
stealing
the bones.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just go get like a skull at the Halloween store and say it was
not
real?
Maria, you should ask.
It doesn't have the same powers.
I know it doesn't really, but it's just like if they needed it to get into the ritual.
The devil's not going to know.
No.
The devil's not going to know.
No. There's also a lot of weird rocks in this triangle. There's a thing called the Dighton Rock. It's a giant 40-ton trapezoid-shaped boulder that was pulled from the riverbed, and it's now housed in a museum that's across from the Hockomonk.
They put it in a museum?
Yeah.
How big is that museum?
Bigger than 40 tons.
Crazy.
To fix that right. It has inexplicable etchings inscribed on it, which are called petroglyphs, which are lines, geometric shapes, and schematic drawings of people along with writing, and carved designs of ancient and uncertain origin. So some people say the inscriptions come from Vikings or Native Americans, and some theories speculate that they come from the ancient Phoenicians. So archaeologists, they still don't know what any of these drawings or things mean on it. It's crazy. And then there's the Profile Rock, which is a rock that a legend has it that the ghost of a man can be seen sitting on the rock with its legs crossed or with outstretched arms.
Ew.
He's meditating.
Yeah. It's a peaceful
I thought,
rock.
Oh, I thought he would like legs crossed like over, like his leg was over the other leg, like he was waiting for someone. Do you know what I mean?
like that?
Like lay
chilling.
like one leg over the other and then like his arms just like this.
Okay.
That's why I was creeped out.
That is a creepy pose. There's another stone called the Solitude Stone, and it's an inscribed stone which was found near a missing person's body. It's also known as Suicide Stone, and it has an inscription on it that says, "All ye who in future days walk by Nunkatusset stream, love not him who hummed his lay, cheerful to the parting beam, but the beauty that wooed." I don't know what that means.
I wonder what that means. All ye who in future days, so the future.
All ye. All ye in the future.
He's writing to the
All
people
of
in the
you
future.
in the
Walk
future.
All of you in
by-
the future. Who walk by the stream. Love not him who hummed. Who do you think that is? Love,
Love
not him who hummed.
who hummed. Love
Just
not
don't
him
love
who-
the guy who hummed and then what?
Okay.
Let me Google love not him who
Love
hummed.
not him who hummed his lay.
His lay?
Or his lay. Cheerful to the parting beam. What the fuck's a parting beam?
Cheerful to like the sunlight, like maybe the
Parting beam is the sunset.
Yeah.
Wow. But the beauty that he wooed.
Was there just a weird noise?
Yeah. There was.
It was like a and then a
Was it a cheerful hum?
no, but I feel like we like just accidentally said an incantation
Oh no.
and let something free.
We conjured up some
We conjured
spirits.
something into the
Shit.
world.
Not again.
Fuck. So there's also Lake Benicket, aka the Nip.
The Nip.
People saw red-haired orangutans.
Yeah, on the lake.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
A woman saw a giant fire on one side of the lake. When she took her boat over there, the fire was gone. But then when she went back across the lake, she saw the fire again.
Yeah, she went over there and she like walked around. There were no footprints. There was no fire, but she saw it from across the lake.
That's very biblical.
Yes.
A man saw orbs the size of baseballs floating around.
Yeah.
Then there's also something called the Puckwudgies.
Puckwudgie. I love a Puckwudgie.
Then there's something called the Puckwudgies.
This is one of my favorite stories from the documentary.
You tell it if it's your favorite.
Okay, fine. So this guy named Bill Russo in 1990, in the documentary, he's also wearing a fedora with cheetah print on it.
Incredible.
It's really nice. So he says he was working a second shift job from 3:30 to midnight. And as soon as he got home after work, the first thing he did was take his best friend Samantha for a walk, who's an 80-pound Rottweiler Shepherd mix.
It's a big dog.
That's a big dog. His home was at the edge of the Hockomock Swamp. And at the time, he had never even heard of the Bridgewater Triangle or anything associated with it. So one night, on his walk, they went through the woods near an old ironworks factory that operated from the 1700s to the early 1900s, but it was abandoned. And Samantha started whimpering and pulling on her leash, and her ears perked up, and Bill started to hear something. He says it was a high-pitched cry going, "Kier, Kier, Iwan Chu, Kier,
Oh my God.
Kier, Iwan Chu," over and over again. And suddenly this creature started walking towards them. He said it was about 3 feet tall, covered in fur, and had eyes a little bit too big for its face. And it stopped in the middle of the road, and it raised its arm in a beckoning motion, and it began waving. It had like a giant paw/hand or whatever. Then it directly looked at Bill and started making that sound again. "Kier, Kier, Iwan Chu, Iwan Chu." He said it didn't look especially frightening because it was short, it had a pot belly, no fangs or visible claws, and weighed less than 100 pounds. And it made no threatening gestures. It just kept motioning for him to come closer and closer. And so his dog was freaking out, so he decided to get the hell out of there, and he ran home, and he hasn't seen it since. So he thinks the Kier, Kier, Iwan Chu could have meant, "We want you."
Yes.
Saying, "Come here, we want you."
Hell yeah.
Like, Kier, Kier,
yeah,
come
I was
here,
trying to
come
talk
here.
to him.
We want you. So then Bill, he spoke with some experts in the paranormal community, in particular, a researcher named Andrew Lake, and he became convinced that what he saw was a Puckwudgie. And according to those who believe, the Puckwudgies have the ability to appear and disappear at will, and they lure people to tragic deaths.
Oh, no.
They use evil magic, they launch poison arrows, and create fire from their fingertips.
Have you Google image the Puckwudgie?
I have not.
It's so cute.
It sounds
I know it's
cute.
evil, but it's so cute.
It sounds cute.
Image it.
Aww,
Puckwudgie.
that's a little guy.
Yeah, it looks like my dog.
Oh,
He's cute.
It's just a little boy.
it's so cute.
It's like a little elf had sex with a porcupine.
Yeah, I love its little spiked hair.
Yeah, I got a little mohawk. You're not a bad boy, Puckwudgie. You're not a bad boy.
Come here.
You're a good boy, Puckwudgie.
So the people of the Wampanoag and other Native American groups say that the Puckwudgies were once friendly to people.
I see that in them.
Yeah, but then they turn against them and are now sworn enemies of all human beings. I wonder what happened. Why did they turn against?
We should do a mini app on the Puckwudgie.
Yeah. So if they successfully lure a person into coming within arm's reach, they can pitch sand into the person's eyes, causing blindness. Whoosh. Do you remember that?
I think they seem fun.
Do you remember that? There was this crazy drug craze going on in South America where people would throw dust into their face. It was some sort of drug, and they would go to that person's house and steal all their stuff because it turned the person into like a zombie. Do you remember that?
That's smart.
No.
It was some sort of dust that like really fucked up people, and they would like make them go back to their houses and steal everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, so then the Puckwudgie, after they throw sand in their face, they can carry them to the edge of a cliff where they push them over the side.
I think that the Puckwudgies misunderstood.
Yeah.
I think the Puckwudgie's lonely.
Yes, I think I could change the Puckwudgie.
Yeah. I want a Puckwudgie.
I want a Puckwudgie too.
It's such a cute
That's
name.
our new mascot, the Puckwudgie.
The Puckwudgie.
I should get a boyfriend. I mean, a T-shirt that says my other boyfriend is a Puckwudgie.
We have to make that.
Yeah, the Puckwudgie's just misunderstood. There's also black helicopters. In 2002, investigator Mary Lou Jones Drown, make your name shorter. It feels
That's
too
a long
It's a
name.
long name. Began hearing very loud helicopter noise in Rehoboth, but no helicopters were flying in the air at the time. She tracked down and interviewed some people who also heard it. They said that they saw helicopters with spotlights flying over the Palmer River School, which is a common place for paranormal phenomenon. Some reports described basic black helicopters, and others had different colors. Another witness told Mary Lou about seeing a strange helicopter on Friday and Saturday, July 5th and 6th, 2002, described as gray camouflage or a striped helicopter type. Then from August 7 to 9, and again on August 15, mysterious black helicopters flew over Rehoboth again. According to witnesses, cats and goats were freaking out when the helicopters were overhead.
Maybe it was like a secret government mission.
Yeah, that sounds Men in Black style.
Yeah.
Or it's either Men in Black shit or it's nothing. Then there's an odd tiny person.
Yes.
A resident said one night that he looked into an old barn window and saw a small black thing that looked like a tiny human being high up on the wall. The form seemed to disintegrate and move toward the man like a mist. There's like this smoke monster at Skinwalker too, isn't there? Wasn't there like a smoke?
Wait, does the Puckwudgie disappear?
Yes, the Puckwudgie disappears, I think.
That was one of the things I said about the Puckwudgie. Puckwudgies have the ability to appear and disappear at will.
Babe, that's a Puckwudgie.
This guy saw a Puckwudgie.
This guy saw a Puckwudgie. Damn. Cute. There's also a creepy kid. Oh, who's just the Puckwudgie's just hiding out in the barn, and then it got scared and had to disappear.
That's nice.
Oh,
Like a little Puckwudgie.
it probably made a little bed for itself in the hay.
Oh, that's where the cot came from in that underground bunker. That was
the Puckwudgie's
the
chair.
The tiny child-sized chair was the Puckwudgie's chair.
Oh no,
And its doll. It was his friends.
because he had like taken them from like things that he found.
Yes, and he was having little tea parties with
This
the dolls.
is sad.
Here it says a Puckwudgie is, quote, a little wild man of the woods that vanishes.
I feel so bad.
The Puckwudgie's home.
We need to do justice for the Puckwudgie.
We need to go to Massachusetts.
Yes.
Oh, that was the Puckwudgie he saw.
Oh my God, this poor guy.
Puckwudgie.
Okay.
Wait, is there more than one Puckwudgie, or is there only one?
No, I think it's like
multiple.
a species.
But this one is maybe like
Maybe
a
it's-
lone one.
It's the Puckwudgie of the Bridgewater Triangle. It just wants friends. It says,
Yeah.
"Come here, come here. We
Yeah.
want you.
Here, what is it?
Here, we want you.
want you.
Come here, we want you.
Here, he wants you.
Come here, we want you.
He's a little baby.
Here.
Oh,
It's a
poor
little
guy.
cute baby," and then it murders him. That's how it lures you in.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this creepy kid. Okay, a teenager and his father were on a dirt road in Bridgewater and saw what looked like a little kid in a costume sitting on a brick wall. Wait a minute, is this another Pudgewood? The kid got up and ran, but its arms and legs looked as if the bones in his limbs had been broken.
Oh, that's weird.
Could that have been a Puckwudgie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's also the Puckwudgie.
Okay, so there's been animal mutilation. So the Freetown...
it's just sitting
It
on
was
the
sitting
wall.
on the wall that ran away. You can see it just hopping down.
Yeah, and just I was just watching cars go by, just sitting, thinking about life.
Oh. And then there's the Mansfield mystery cat. It's a large cat that was sighted over like the period of 10 years. But then in 1993, they found a giant African serval and it had its head ripped off.
Like, why is that in Boston?
Yes.
Like, why is that in Massachusetts?
Some people think it was like an exotic pet that someone had that got away, but how did its head get ripped off?
That's the
That's
Puckwudgie got
nuts.
hungry. There's also the red-headed hitchhiker of Route 44, aka my boyfriend.
Okay, the hot hitchhiker.
Seen at night at the 4455 freeway or whatever.
I think he's 40.
He's
45 to 55 years old. No, maybe it was the 44 freeway.
Can you tell which parts? No, yeah, Route 44. Oh, wait, but that says 45 to 55.
I don't know why I wrote that down. Who knows?
Whatever. You can tell which parts Melissa reads, writes, and I write. Seen at night, skipping over the numbers part. He has a red flannel shirt and jeans. He's disheveled. He has a big beard. Sometimes seen as transparent. He has black eyes, glowing eyes.
And the eyes seem really lifeless.
The earliest sightings are in 1994. A couple was driving along Route 44 one night and their car broke down. The woman stayed in the car and the men went to find a tow truck. He saw the hitchhiker and started to talk to him, asking him for help. The hitchhiker began yelling and then disappeared. But when he disappeared, he heard laughing coming from every direction.
That's terrifying. If you're in the woods alone at night and all of a sudden you just hear laughing.
No, hard pass.
No, thank you.
The woman heard the voice over the radio.
Yeah, she was waiting in the car.
Laughing and taunting her.
Well, was the person outside just hearing the radio?
No, it was like she heard what the guy was hearing and it was like picking up through the radio.
Yeah, because he came back to the car and was like,
but I'm wondering if she was listening to the radio pretty loud and someone was laughing on it, and then he heard it outside of the car.
Maybe.
You know, that's a good point.
I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm not trying to take the magic away.
That makes sense.
Okay. Then there's another story. People pick up the hitchhiker. He gets in the back seat, is silent. He's staring at the driver, and then he disappears, and you can just hear him laughing. So this kind of has become, they say in the documentary, they don't know if this part's true or not, because it has become kind of like an urban legend that you hear everywhere else.
And like hitchhikers are popular urban legend subjects.
So this the Bridgewater Triangle has kind of developed its own urban legend of this hitchhiker.
And, of course, what weird area wouldn't be complete without UFO sightings?
Hell yeah, baby.
So in 1760, it was the first documented UFO sighting. Someone saw a ball of fire in the sky.
Interesting.
Your basic UFO sighting. In 1908, on Halloween night, two undertakers were driving and said they saw a giant lantern in the sky. Like a hot air balloon.
Wasn't it in the Mothman that it was people digging a grave who saw Mothman for the first time?
Oh, yeah.
What's with like people who are close to death?
Oh, that's interesting.
And seeing paranormal activity. It's like people who have touched death.
Yeah, they've touched it and now it's all around them.
It clings to them like a stink.
In 1974, Ronald Reagan claims he saw a UFO while flying over the ledge in Freetown. He said he saw a light following their plane, and the light would stretch out, like it would become wider.
That's crazy.
And then all of a sudden, it suddenly shot up and disappeared.
Nuts.
But he
did horrible things for the economy and for people with AIDS.
Yep.
Okay, that aside, why, when he was president, if he saw that, why didn't he look up his Book of Secrets? I'm assuming the Book of Secrets from National Treasure.
No joke. Those movies are fucking good.
No, they're the best.
Those are some of my favorite movies.
No, they're great.
They're so good.
They're very good.
He probably added that to the Book of Secrets.
Well, okay, but he didn't like ask somebody like, "Hey, I saw this. Do you know any like secrets about?" But they probably don't even tell the president.
I think they do tell the president, because wasn't
you get briefed.
Wasn't Obama the first president or was it Clinton the first president to release the UFO stuff? He wanted to unseal the UFO stuff. I mean, I also could have made that completely up.
I'm sure Trump would for sure release UFO info.
Honestly, if you want to win, like to be the president, you just go like, look.
Release it all.
I
would vote for a president who's like, I'm going to release all the UFO info. Who shot JFK?
Yeah, all of it.
Yep.
I'm going to release the book. I'm going to release the Book of Secrets.
Yeah. In 1976, some UFOs were seen landing. The 1970s basically was like a huge UFO sighting time for people in that area. A lot of people reported the same sightings. In 1979, 2 news reporters saw a massive diamond-shaped thing with lights on. And a lot of people on that same night said they saw the exact same thing.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's also the Taunton State Hospital, which is a psychiatric hospital in Taunton, Massachusetts. It's established in 1854, where it was originally known as the State Lunatic Hospital.
That seems...
I felt was an insane name.
The State Lunatic Hospital.
That's like it's called like literally calling it the loony bin. The hospital was built from granite found at the Freetown Ledge.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yes, seems cursed. Lizzie Borden apparently was there for a while, incarcerated, or not incarcerated, but whatever.
Yeah, she was held there.
Held there for a while. She often talked about being held in the asylum. However, she was never admitted and is only known as being held in jail, which is near the hospital, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it was never disclosed. Who knows?
Yeah.
Someone named Jane Toppin, a sociopathic serial killer, was there. Thomas Hubbard Sumner, a sea captain known for developing the celestial navigation method known as the Summer Line, was at this loony bin.
Oh, no.
And Anthony Santo, an Italian-American serial killer, also there.
That's weird.
And a couple of P.T. Barnum's circus freaks were born in the Bridgewater Triangle area.
Yeah.
A living skeleton was born in 1841. What does that
It's a
mean?
living skeleton. I just saw that. Living skeleton.
I'm looking at 2 right now.
Circus freak. Oh, no. Ew, it's just like a really tall, super skinny person.
I mean, I think he has an eating disorder.
It's
a bone disease?
Yeah, he has a disease.
Okay, I typed it
That's
in and then
weird.
werewolf baby came up.
Werewolf baby.
You have to type in the living skeleton
Skeletons.
P.T. Barnum.
Werewolf baby is $2,500 on it.
What is werewolf baby?
Type in werewolf baby. You're not gonna like it.
I kind of love it. I don't like it. I love it. Is this what I'm looking at?
That's cute. But just go to Etsy.
What?
Just go to
Werewolf baby Etsy. Ew. That one's like mid transformation.
Yeah, that's cute.
We'll have to cut all of this out.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is a real place, a real thing. I think we should visit.
I want to go. I had no idea that this was a place and that there's so many insane things connected to it.
There's a Puckwudgie in Harry Potter.
There is?
Puckwudgie traits represents the heart favors healers. No wonder I love it.
Oh wow, there's a Henry Wadsworth Longfellow poem.
Read it.
Far and wide among the nations spread the name and fame of Kwasind. No man dared to strive with Kwasind. No man could compete with Kwasind, but the mischievous Puckwudgies. They, the envious little people, they, the fairies and the pygmies, plotted and conspired against him.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I could do better.
They're large-eared creatures distantly related to the European goblin.
Do you think that my dog's a Puckwudgie?
Oh, because
I don't know, because it says they're fiercely independent, tricky, and not over fond of humankind, whether magical or mundane.
Is Dobby the house elf a Puckwudgie?
I don't think so, because he's like into Harry, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if, is Gollum...
No, Gollum's not a
Gollum's his
Puckwudgie.
own thing, Melissa.
Okay,
Yeah,
jeez.
so it's a
Gee,
fucking- that
okay,
was
relax.
embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
I'm sorry, do I need to edit this out?
Okay, well, if you know any more information about the Bridgewater Triangle, Melissa, where can people email us or find us or contact us?
You can email us at webcrawlerspod@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter.
Did you
and
just
Instagram.
yawn?
I half yawned, but I stretched.
Okay, well, that's the sign that we need to end. We're on Reddit, we're on Facebook. Write us a review about how great Maria is.
Yeah, 5 stars and then just write
Yeah,
Maria.
Great.
You guys, I really appreciate everyone saying how much they like me, but you can share the love around. I'm not the only one here.
Okay. Well. And Merry Christmas.
Wow. Wow. Send Melissa to HR.
Well, this is coming out on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry.
And happy Hanukkah for those who celebrate. Or
Happy holidays.
Merry
Festivus.
Festivus.
Anything, whatever you're doing, just whatever you're doing, even if you're just
I hope you're
sitting
doing
home.
it merrily.
I do too.
What Wiccan holiday is now? Wiccan winter holiday.
Oh, I got a Christmas ornament from the Satanic temple.
Did they send it to you or did you buy it?
I bought it.
They
Oh
don't
my
send
God.
it to all their members. And what is it?
It's just a black circle, has like a pentagram on it.
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I put it right at the top of my tree.
Happy Yule to our Wiccan friends. And on that note,
I hope not. There's no Puckwudgies having to spend the holidays alone.
oh my
no.
God, Maria, that's so.
You need to
If
send up like a GoFundMe for
for the
Puckwudgie.
Puckwudgie, what if like the GoFundMe for the Puckwudgie starts making more than our Patreon?
It will.
Those are the kinds of things that actually do make more money. So thank you guys so much for listening. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and hug a Puckwudgie.
Hug a Puckwudgie.
Hug your local Puckwudgie. Bye.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.